Concerns about the beach, what you need to know before heading to Siesta Key.
Plus, just days after choosing a new school police chief, Sarasota County Schools may be deciding to go in another direction.
And what some Florida lawmakers have to say about the immigration issue on the southern border. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at 6, it may be the #1 beach in America, but red tide and litter have some beachgoers wondering why.
ABC7's Jackie Kelly is at Siesta Key Beach right now with an update on how the county is trying to keep this award-winning beach beautiful. Jackie?
Scott, Jacqueline, it may look beautiful right now, but one concerned viewer sent in photos of litter that they found on the sand. Now that, combined with red tide, could have some beachgoers weary of visiting. However, Sarasota County says that they are doing their best to keep the beaches clean.
These are photos one local beachgoer sent in saying she was concerned about the state of Siesta Key Beach. However, Sarasota County Beach Manager says they're on top of making sure the beach is clean 24/7.
We utilize extra dumpsters, stations, extra staffing shifts. We also have our neighborhood associations.
She went on to say with turtle season, cleanup patrol does have to wait to get the go-ahead from Moat in the mornings before they're allowed to start cleaning up, which may be why some people see trash during the early morning hours. But the raised awareness throughout the county to clean up has cut down on litter, she says.
Pick up after yourself, and really we want to preserve these parks and beaches for the future. And it takes everyone to do that. So our word is, pack in, pack out, do your part, clean up, help us clean up, and we'll all enjoy the beaches together.
And as for red tide at Siesta Key Beach, Moat says as of Monday, they've seen a small amount of fish washed up and the respiratory issues weren't too bad. But red tide can be unpredictable.
I don't know how long it's going to be here because the red tide can be very patchy. It can move around, it can come in pretty intense and then go away. So we really don't know right now. We'll just have to keep our eyes on what's happening here and also more offshore.
Now, the county does have a cleanup plan for the 4th of July holiday. Now, that plan is going to go into place the weekend before 4th of July and go through the weekend after 4th of July. Some of the things in that plan include adding extra trash bins to the beach, giving people yellow trash bags, and adding extra help for people to clean up. Reporting live in Siesta Key, Jackie Kelly, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Jackie, thank you very much. And speaking of that red tide, I was at the beach this weekend, and it didn't seem to be stopping a lot of people going out into the water. There was plenty of people out there.
I think, Bob's been talking about, it's kind of hit and miss. If there's a section where you're seeing some sore throat, scratchy throat, move down the beach a little bit, maybe it's gone at that point. Yeah. Let's find out more on our weather tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, we really like to see that east to northeast wind flow throughout much of the day, with the west coast breeze developing late, and that kind of keeps and pushes everything off into the Gulf as far as the harmful impacts of the red tide. Right now it's hot out there and the water is a good place to be, where it's just a little bit cooler. The water temperature at 87 degrees, the actual air temperature now 90. It feels like 100 degrees out there. Heat index has been high over the past couple of days. It's always advisable in the peak of the heat to obviously be indoors if you can, or drink plenty of fluids and stay in the shade as much as you can if you're going to have to work out there in that. Pressure 30.04 inches. The winds are out of the west at 10. That means we still have a little sea breeze set up here, and as these showers approach, there's a chance they could fire up. We're starting to see that right now just east of the interstate. Not a lot, but they could generate an occasional lightning strike. We haven't seen a lot with these, but this one now near Wauchula is creating some dangerous lightning strikes. Not the normal that you would see, but there's still some out there. And just to the east of Parrish, one lone shower there. This is going to be heading right toward Clark Road, also near Palmer Ranch, spreading off toward looks like, again, down south near Siesta Key. Also one lone shower near Rotunda. And as I mentioned, they're all kind of moving off to the southwest, but there's another one popping up right there just to the east of Fruitville and Clark Road. Well, more on the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Well, are Sarasota County schools backpedaling on their plans to start a new internal police force?
Well, school board members say earlier today the superintendent implied he was close to an agreement with the sheriff's office to keep school resource deputies in all Sarasota County schools. ABC7's Adam Cellini spoke to school board members this afternoon, and he joins us now to explain how that announcement quickly fell apart. Adam?
Yeah, Scott and Jacqueline, it hasn't even been a week since the school district hired a police chief for its new internal police force, one day after Sheriff Tom Knight joined district leaders for a public discussion about school security next year. In that meeting, the district and law enforcement decided to try and put school resource officers in all schools next year in case they don't hire enough of their own officers in time. But this morning, Superintendent Todd Bowden called school board members with good news. He said he was close to an agreement with the sheriff's office to change their original proposal and share the cost of school resource deputies in middle and high schools. But when school board members reached out to thank Sheriff Knight, they say they were told Bowden was wrong, and they were disappointed to hear he had never actually spoken to the sheriff.
Again, I say, what is wrong? Why can't two grown-ups sit down in a room and talk these things out? It's not up to board members to negotiate the contract. The superintendent and the sheriff need to sit down and negotiate this contract. I don't understand why the sheriff won't talk to the superintendent.
Now, in a statement, the school district clarified, saying it was a well-respected member of the local business community who reached out over the weekend to mediate a discussion with the sheriff's office. We'll tell you what this could mean for the future of that internal school police force coming up tonight at 7 o'clock.
All right, Adam, thank you. Meanwhile, the Sarasota County School District still investigating the man chosen to become chief of police for the school-based police department. According to the county, Paul Grohowski is under attack by a small group of people who are dissatisfied with his previous leadership. Before his application to work in Sarasota County, he was the director of public safety and chief of police at a community college in California. The group targeting Grohowski believes he made a mistake by combining two police forces there. As a response, the Sarasota County School District is continuing its background check, and if his personnel file and background check are clear, Chief Grohowski will be the school district's police chief.
Representatives from Florida are now heading to Texas to witness the ongoing immigration issue firsthand. Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz hosted a meeting today to discuss President Trump's current policy and how the U.S. deals with immigrants. Wasserman Schultz said she believes the solution will come by way of a separate law and not just an immigration bill. She added that she will head to Texas to see for herself how this immigration issue is unfolding.
The Republicans in Congress can say whatever they want about caring about changing this policy. If they don't pass a separate bill, it's clear that they don't care.
Representatives from the Department of Homeland Security said today that they will not apologize for doing their jobs, and those who enter illegally into this country will be prosecuted. Trump says Democrats have the power to put a stop to the family separations by working with Republicans in Congress.
Qualifying for candidates to run for offices across the state starting today and continues until noon on Friday. The most prominent candidates will qualify in the race for governor, where Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam and Congressman Ron DeSantis are squaring off for the Republican nomination. Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, former U.S. Representative Gwen Graham, businessmen Jeff Green and Chris King, and former Miami Beach Mayor Philip Levine are seeking the Democratic nomination.
And I think that what people are looking for is folks that come from a different background and then go into government as opposed to making government your entire life.
Florida's primary election will be held Tuesday, August 28th, with the general election coming up on November 6th.
New developments now on the roller coaster derailment that happened in Daytona last week. A lawsuit is now pending from at least 3 victims who were severely injured when the roller coaster malfunctioned. One of the victims was hurled out of the roller coaster, falling a little over 34 feet to the ground.
When she fell from the roller coaster, she bounced like a ping pong ball in between the railings of the roller coaster.
It's kind of premature to come out with a final root cause. That is, our objective in this matter is to do a full-on investigation of the actual site.
At a news conference today, the attorney representing the 3 victims said they'll reconsider the lawsuit if the insurance companies responsible for the roller coaster do the right thing.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a local father and son capture a Burmese python in the Everglades, while they're now making it their mission to track down as many as possible.
Plus, why the Sarasota City Commission have denied one man a permit to build a garage in his own backyard.
It's summer on the Suncoast, and you know what that means. It's Friday Fest season.
And you are invited. Join ABC7 for the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall's free outdoor summertime concert series.
Jam to dance music by Ja Movement on June 22nd. The Movement is sure to get you dancing.
With food trucks, beverage vendors, and more, it's the perfect spot to enjoy great music and a summer sunset over the bay.
For more information, go to this number or go to mysuncoast.com/FridayFest.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Yet an all-new redesigned 2018 Ram 1500 for as little as $21,499. Or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
In consumer news, gas prices are back down again this week, but experts say that probably won't last too long. 44 states saw drops in gas prices this week compared to last. In Florida, the state average dropped by about a nickel. But according to AAA, gasoline demand has spiked recently, which means they'll likely go up again sometime soon. Another factor to look at in the future, the outcomes from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, in which gasoline-producing countries will decide how much they'll be producing for this year. That meeting is coming up at the end of the month. 2 more libraries in Sarasota County are getting a hearing loop. That's an assistive listening system that transmits sounds directly into hearing aids or implants for people who are hard of hearing. The Jacaranda Library and the Fruitville Library are the latest libraries in the county to get these hearing loops. Selby, North Sarasota, Gulfgate, and Shannon Staub libraries meeting rooms are all now equipped with these hearing loops. To use one, you can talk to any library staff member.
A portion of land behind one man's home is now an open space where a railroad used to be. He's hoping to put it to use, but needs the City Commission's approval. ABC7's Taylor Torregano is live at City Hall with what the Commission had to say. Taylor?
Good evening, Jacqueline. It's the portion of land about 1/4 mile long that sits behind the properties on East Cornelius Circle off of Davis Boulevard. The owners of this property say they share the open space that is their backyard with the city. But now that the railroad is no longer there, the land attracts the homeless and crime. Today, Anthony Garfolo asked the City Commission for a permit to build a 1,000 square foot garage for his father's classic cars there. The City Commission says the problem is this same portion of land will likely be used to continue the Legacy Trail or other trails for the entire community in the future. So as a result, they denied the proposal.
I'm going to wait to see what the general ballot measure is, the actual verdict of it in November. And if it's denied taxpayer dollars to complete the trail, then I may initiate another request.
Now, the Legacy Trail extension goes up to voters on the ballot in November, and if approved, it will allow the Sarasota City Commission to spend over $60 million to extend the popular trail from Venice all the way through to Sarasota. But if it isn't passed, this homeowner says he'll be right back here to give it another shot. I'm live at the City Hall. Taylor Torregano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Taylor, thank you. A father and son duo from Sarasota have made it their mission to track down as many Burmese pythons as possible. Tom and Connor Pelletier found the snake during their 3-day invasive species tour between Sarasota and South Florida. They caught the python at one of Florida's 22 wildlife management areas where the species can be killed at any time. Wildlife officials say the snake is a threat to other animals in the Everglades.
Every day of the week, it could take down anything from possums, raccoons, fox, bobcats, gators, and it can do this, every few days, every week.
Florida hunters have removed 1,000 invasive Burmese pythons since the state's elimination program started just last year.
And speaking of snakes, a Sarasota police officer taking matters into his own hands. According to Sarasota Police's Twitter, Officer Nelson caught this boa constrictor that his wife discovered. Officer Nelson picked up the 5-foot snake with his bare hands, called Animal Services, who then took it away. Got to be prepared for just about anything to be a police officer.
I was just thinking too, with phones now, it's becoming more prevalent. We see it everywhere on social media and everything. Before we never saw that, but it happens. We live in Florida. There's a lot of things that go on here, and look at this gator right here along our trail at Lakewood Ranch. This was just sent in over the weekend, and it's really close to the trail there. Hidden River, you can see it just under that palm frond, that one that's dying in the top part of the screen, just under it, just kind of looking there. Hidden River, that's a perfect name. It's hiding. That's a great hiding place for it. Kevin's sending that photo in. Look out, walking your dogs, keep them on a leash and keep them away from that water. Casey Key webcam showing beautiful water out there, although some patchy areas of red tide. Obviously, we've been talking about that, and some minor fish kills as well as some irritation on some of the area beaches. But we've had a little bit of an east wind, and guess what? It sure felt like summer over the weekend, didn't it? Heat indices up to 105. It officially arrives this Thursday. It's the longest day of the year, by the way, on Thursday. The Earth's northern hemisphere tilts toward the sun, the highest sun position in the sky, too. And then we start to shorten our days, by the way, on Friday, June 21st at 6:07. That's the official start. The length of the day, nearly 14 hours, the longest day of the year. Well, look at this. This is a nasty, nasty storm. It's not really a tropical system in terms of any kind of rotation or centralized area of low pressure. It's not classified as a tropical depression, but it is going to bring copious amounts of rainfall, torrential downpours to Houston, southward, all the way down into Mexico. Over the upcoming at least 3 days, it could be as much as 5 days there, with this thing kind of just sitting here and spinning, this mid-level low, continuing to bring onshore flow from the Gulf of Mexico. For us, a different story. Dry air is settling in, and that means that we're going to shut down those showers and storms. We didn't really have much of it over the weekend, but we will shut down this activity that we're seeing right now with this northeast wind, bringing a few brief showers along the Sun Coast. Now, we can see one pretty heavy near I-75 and Clark Road, stretching up toward Fruitville. And it looks like that is moving off to the west-southwest. So folks in the southern portion of Siesta Key near the Point of Rocks to Turtle Beach, look out. Also into Palmer Ranch, getting some heavy rainfall there near the Oaks. Going to get some rainfall out of that, I believe. And then this line, too, developing near Waterbury and also east of Parrish. The one in Wauchula, pretty big. That, too, is heading to the west. So we're going to keep a pretty good chance for scattered showers right through the 9, 10 o'clock hour. And then things will start to calm down as some drier air moves in. We're not expecting as much rainfall here. It'll be a little drier, actually a little wetter to the north of us, a little drier here as a result of that dry air staying in. Wednesday, similar conditions. We're going to get back to that westerly flow, though, as early as Wednesday and Thursday. Temperature 90. I mentioned the heat index at 100 degrees right now. And it's cooled a little bit where some showers move through Wauchula with the rain nearby. 81, Punta Gorda at 82. The Gulf water temperature is steamy, 87 degrees. It's 90 right now, and the pressure 30.04. Our high today was well above average, 93. Not close to the record, though. 100 set back in 1998. While our forecast tomorrow does not call for much rainfall at all through the period as a result of that dry air settling in. Elsewhere across the U.S., the big story is the heavy rainfall expected through Texas and Louisiana. The storm track has really shifted up north at this time. Not a big factor for us, but bringing some pretty heavy weather to the northern New England states. Southeast winds turn to the west at 5 knots. Not much wind out there for your sail. Smooth conditions on the bays and inland waters. And there it is, slight chance for showers through the end of spring. And then summer gets here, and our summer afternoon storms start to get a little bit noticeable on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. High temperatures right around that 90-degree mark. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, I've missed those storms, so it'd be nice to have them back. Still, stay with us.
When we come back, we'll tell you just how close this shark was to our Suncoast shores.
This week, the president's former campaign chairman behind bars. It's a critical moment in the Russia investigation. Is the special counsel closing in? Will the president use his power to pardon? World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands.
Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Take a look at this, a hammerhead shark right off the coast of Anna Maria Island. We just saw this a couple weeks ago, remember? According to a viewer who sent us this video, they were fishing near Bean Point, less than a mile away from Anna Maria. When she came across this, they estimated a 10-foot hammerhead swimming in the Gulf. And as they got closer, they saw the shark chasing and eventually catching a tarpon before finally eating it. She says the shark probably wasn't that hungry since it took so long to eat that tarpon, but it wasn't trying to avoid their boat either. It was pretty consumed, so to speak.
That's
with
what
that
happens.
tarpon.
Yeah, this is the time of year. I think they're having better luck than a lot of the anglers because of this persistent wind that we've seen out of the west. They need an east wind to help out with that. But we've had some nice weather, albeit hot. The summer officially starts again Thursday, just after 6 a.m., but it sure feels like summer right now. I think it was one of the hottest days I can remember on Sunday playing golf, midday.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was your game hot?
Yeah, it was.
We'll see you again at 11.